Okay guys, so the moment is here. Here is my teaching poster. I have constructed it and I want to show you just how I've done that. Okay, so if you look up at the top in the middle, you can see my title. It is important to have a title. You need to make sure that you have a title to tell others what in the world your teaching poster is about. So I've got a title. It says National American Landmark, then right under that says the Statue of Liberty. So what yours might look like is National American Landmark with then of course the White House or the Liberty Bell under it. Before I go any further, I want to call detail to these small blue headings that I have. Each heading, or each small blue piece of paper, says either key detail, title, or fun fact. So I have included these just to kind of show you what you need to be sure that you include on your poster. So for the title, I went ahead and I put title under it, just so that you would know that this is the title of my poster. So let's go ahead and look at the information that I've included from lesson 1. So right in the middle of my poster, right smack dab in the middle, I've got the picture of the Statue of Liberty. This is the part of the poster that is one of the most important parts because it shows others what the poster is about, what we're going to be learning about. So here I have my heading, key detail. And the first thing I have is arrived in the United States in New York Harbor on October 28, 1886. Then at the bottom, I've got the Statue of Liberty represents freedom, friendship, and the American way. So I've just added a couple of those pieces of information that I've gathered from lesson 1, just so that people could see what my takebacks were, and really just two of the most important pieces of information that we learned all week. Now, I want to show you that I pulled these over and put these right here close to the picture. Just because those are two, like I said, those are two of the most important key details that can be gathered from the entire piece, the entire poster. So then over here, under key detail in the white and black, I have called the Statue of Liberty, located in New York Harbor, given to the U.S. from the French as a gift for 100 years of independence, and constructed by Frederick Bartholdi. Those are all details that I gathered from lesson 1. So those are just some of the most important facts that I thought needed to be taken away and that needed to be explained or told to the person who I'm teaching or presenting this teaching poster to. Those are some of the most important facts. So let's move over to lesson 2. So lesson 2, which was my favorite, we learned about the difference in color of the Statue of Liberty. So I've just attached a smaller version of the picture that we looked at, the photo that we looked at on day 2, on lesson 2, the side-by-side of the copper versus blue and green patina covered Statue of Liberty. So here, under key details again, I've put made out of copper, went through oxidation and turned green after 35 years, and protected by a coat of patina, made by oxidation. So these are just some pieces of information that I feel are most important concerning that lesson. So if I was to want to tell someone or explain to someone about the Statue of Liberty and why it changed colors, what it looked like before, or just tell someone that it looks like that before, I would want to give them or tell them about these few key details. So then over for lesson 3, we filled out a diagram of the Statue of Liberty, which tells us about what each of the symbols that are on the statue represent. So here under key details, I've just added those in. Wears a crown with 7 points to represent 7 continents, 7 seas of the world. Holding a tablet with the date of America's independence on it, July 4th, 1776, America become an independent country. Holding a torch to represent freedom, wearing a robe to represent liberty. And then I've also pasted my photo of the diagram that we filled out onto the poster. So I have each of the things that are filled out here, and I've got my extra information over here on the left side. Now this information is all they're all pieces of vital information that come from the symbols. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and include this diagram, because the diagram points to each of the key details. I could have always just attached them to this picture right here, but this was a more up close version that allows you to see the arrows which point to each of the different symbols. So that's ultimately why I chose to put that diagram. And also because that was work that I did on my own. That's my own handwriting and my own work that I independently worked on and found out and constructed myself. So I wanted to add that in. It's always good to add a small piece of something that you've done yourself to your poster, so that others know that this is information that you gathered yourself, not that you copied and pasted off of the internet. Okay, and then I've got my information from lesson 4 kind of sporadically placed all over the board, kind of where they land. So each of these small pink pieces, snippets of information, come from the poem that we annotated on lesson 4. So I've just taken those pieces of information and added them into my poster. So for example, right here I've got Alexander Eiffel helped Frederick Bartholdi. He's also the man who built the Eiffel Tower. So I've just got that piece of information because I felt that that was important. 241 crates carried the statue across the sea to America in 351 pieces. And then I've got Joseph Pulitzer raised money to build a pedestal for the statue. So those are just 3 pieces of information that I feel needed to be put on my poster to remind me to mention them, though there was not a specific place or picture that I had to go along with it. So then over here under my key details for lesson 1, I added in Liberty Island is an island in New York Harbor, because I know that the Statue of Liberty is located in New York Harbor on Liberty Island. And then I went ahead and included this fact right under my favorite portion of the lesson, lesson 2. The copper is as thick as 2 pennies and oxidized after 35 years and turned green. So those are the pieces of information that I gathered from lesson 4 that I felt were vital and full of information that needed to be added in to be able to teach someone about the Statue of Liberty. And then my last portion of my poster, I included a fun fact. It's always fun and a good idea to bring in new information that might be something to just make someone giggle. So I added this in. Fun fact, there is enough copper on the Statue of Liberty to make 30 million pennies. So that fact also comes from lesson 2, one of our resources that we looked at. And I just wanted to add that in no particular place, just for someone to understand that that is something that can be thought about whenever you're studying the Statue of Liberty. So overall, this is my poster right after I went and decorated it. And I just made sure that each lesson and each detail was put in a way, written or in this case typed, in a way to where it would jump out at people. Whenever you look at these words, they're bold and it's like they call to attention what is on them. Another thing that I included was here on day 1, I kind of put this heading over across the picture, and this one is like a caption to the picture. The Statue of Liberty represents friendship, freedom, and the American way. These are all just important pieces of information that I wanted to include. So that is what my teaching poster looks like. Here's another view of it. And this is something that you can do very easily. Just because I printed my words does not mean you have to, unless you would like to and have the help of a parent. But you do not have to do that. You can write with a dark colored marker, and you can add pictures in. You can draw pictures. But as long as you have got that information and the key details from lesson 1 through 4 on your poster, you will be good as gold. So here is my poster, and I will link a picture of this so that you can use it for reference as well. All right, guys, on to part 3.